I have now subjected myself to 7 full-blown episodes of All's Fair. I can just feel my estrogen levels climbing. And even though it was torture beyond all compare, there was at least still something in those episodes that I could laugh at hysterically. Number 7 gets rid of all the good times, and what we're left with is a 1-hour funeral procession about Dina's husband. And I had front row seats to the misery. Let's talk episode 7 of All's Fair in a spoiler recap. We open with Glenn Close creaming herself. That didn't sound right. Glenn Close is giving herself a facial. Still, not good. She's applying heavy amounts of cream to her face. There, perfect. She does this right before laying down to her husband, who's, check notes, dead. Are we finally gonna get the necrophilia episode we've all been waiting for? One can certainly hope. We now find Naomi Watts sitting alone at a table, questioning why she ever signed up to be in this and firing her agent shortly after. Emerald Green and Kim Kardashian try to get down to brass tacks, but Liberty is too preoccupied with Dina and how she's alone at her house with her dead husband. Kim in this scene is wearing a tasteful ensemble of what looks to be a bunch of leather bags cobbled together into a coat. Liberty, now dressed as Little Black Riding Hood, basket and all, meets up with Carr to drop off a shepherd's pie and a fresh batch of racism. Carr can't bother to remember the name of the Hispanic woman that greets him at the door. Who wants to know the help? Looks like the gals are getting ready to have a nice brunch. Dina, however, does not want to leave her husband waiting upstairs, so yeah, she's gonna have her omelet in the bed, thank you very brunch. And I don't want to get my hopes up, but are we going to do a weekend at Bernie's thing here? If not the necrophilia, at least a little Bernie's. Carr tries to sympathize and relate to Dina by talking about her pussy. Cat. That was the name of her old cat that died of feline AIDS. Her words. She will then go on to say pussy like 18 more times, because laugh. She even goes on to describe how she used to play with her pussy even when it got old and crusty and unusable. And no, I'm no longer talking about her cat. Sorry, that was a bit much. You could say I got carried away. There's still 30 fucking minutes left of this episode. Now with Kim K at a fancy bar, her old flame Chase shows up. They're unfortunately going over the divorce papers. And just as a point of observation, this short for observation, this crowd of people is completely mute. You could hear a pin drop in this full restaurant. What is happening? What makes it more awkward is I hear no people, but I hear like the clinks and clanks of silverware, which makes it seem like Kim and Chase are hanging out with a bunch of ghosts. We don't even have the music playing. And this is another thing worth noting. When this show fired up, the first couple episodes were filled to the brim with softcore porn music in the background. You couldn't go a minute without some... Now most of the episodes are completely silent. Did they run out of budget? On a plus side, because of the lack of any distraction, I can really soak in the fantastic performance by one Kim Kardashian. The complete lack of facial movement, emoting, excitement, emotional response of any kind is truly awe-inspiring stuff. Hey, Meryl Streep, take note. Liberty, 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 heads back to Dina's, now flowers in hand. But Carr pulls her best Nedry and stops her at the door. Subscribe for Jurassic Park references. Right now. Do it now, coward. Also, while you're at it, make sure to hype up the video, baby! I'm getting carried away again. Wipe out. So as I was slaying, Carr does not let Liberty pass. What in the hell is your game here, ma'am? And she sends her ass packing. Naomi Watts in this scene is dressed like she just got off the set of Dune, complete with cape that matches the rest of the ensemble. Ah, snap! We got a montage! It's with Chase trying to make amends with past flames. And it's a good thing he plays football, because this guy keeps striking out. Oh, I'm losing my mind. The one and only good thing about this episode so far is we have Sabrina Carpenter's Man-Child playing in the background. We finally got some music, and it's a banger. Stupid! Or is it? Slow. Maybe it's useless. But there's a cuter word for it. I know. Man-child, why you always coming running to me? Fuck my life. I can't sing that. I mean, I can't sing anything, but especially that. We transition to the recent fling Chase had with a trans woman. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no idea what they're talking about in this scene because I watched All's Fair on my laptop at the coffee shop, and just a couple seats in front of me, there was an old woman hacking her lungs out. This old bag was having a coughing fit. I almost had to pause the show, get up, go over there, and drop kick her in the head into a glass of water so she would shut the hell up! Thankfully, she figured it out. All right, the scene must have changed when I was talking about the elderly woman because now Chase is with Kim and he wants her back. I want to get her back. I want to make her really jealous, want to make her meh. Kim wants him to leave. Something we have in common, Kim. I want that old hag to leave the coffee shop. But we don't always get what we want. What am I talking about? Kim gets everything she wants. Well, folks, it took 7 episodes and a dead man, but we finally got Emerald Green to put on a proper outfit without the gals hanging out. And you know what? She looks damn good. Car, however, appears to have had a small UFO land on her head. She informs Emerald that Dina will not be in attendance, as she's still attending to her very much dead man. Yeah, Dina's gonna be spending some more time with her deadsband, which is a shorthand for dead husband. And might I just add, this episode is horrendously boring. What the fuck am I even watching at this point? What was I ever watching? What am I doing with my life? Emerald Green, redundant name, attempts to get Dina out of her house. And finally, Dina breaks down and lets Mama Grizz console her. Liberty's now back for a 3rd attempt to impress Dina. This show's coming off more like one of those old Nickelodeon TV shows where the teenage kid comes up with some crazy hairball schemes to impress the other girl. Except for in this case, it's a grown-ass woman trying to impress some women she works with. For some reason, in episode 7. So we have bagpipes now and they're playing Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. All's fair sucks donkey dicks. I need to stop. This whole bagpipe fiasco is coming off as desperate and a little bit of a pick-me girl. Car is eating it up. Yum, 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 yum. She's thrilled that Liberty's making an ass out of herself. I'm just completely confused why this is happening. We established in the first episode that it was Liberty and Kim that set up the female lawyer thing together, and they brought in Emerald Green and some other folks. Why suddenly, after 7 episodes, has she determined in her infinite wisdom that she's not a close-knit member of the group? Doesn't make any freaking sense! Chase is now on his last leg, and so he swings by the ex-girlfriend's place in an attempt to show that he really loves this baby that's not born yet, but he's gonna be there for the kid, to a point where he's gonna sue her ass for full custody. Kim's attire here looks to have been picked out by a 6-year-old girl from the 80s who just got herself a brand new life-size Attorney Barbie outfit. Whole gang is finally together, and we're back at Dina's. Kim arrives a little bit late, now looking like a slutty bird. They gather around Dina and show support. Keep in mind, the dead body of Al Bundy is still in the room. I imagine he's starting to smell something fierce. Even with all the expensive lotions and perfumes in the room, you're not gonna mask that shit. Hell, I don't have the best snout, but even I, at that coffee shop earlier today when I was watching this, could pick up that Chanel No. 5 from that old bat 3 tables up. So they have to be smelling something, right? But it's okay, soon their rhino-plastered noses can take a break, because Dina's determined it's time to let Bundy go. And you know what they say, when one husband dies, another is reborn like a phoenix from the ashes. And in this case, it's Chase. Kim has decided to take him back. The fuck? What? What? What even is this? Seriously, AI wrote this show, right? This is some chat GPT bullshit. There is no reason why she would go back with that slime ball. Oh, and good, we get to watch them make some softcore passionate love with no nudity or penetration. Short for, of course, penetration. And now this is the only way he can achieve climax, because I'm spent. The next morning, Kim K comes tramping out of his room wearing one of his cum rags as a shirt. He looks to be cooking breakfast in one of the many kitchens. This one is on an outdoor terrace, as one has. The theme of this episode is breakfast. After being rejected by literally every woman in California, he wants to get back with Kim. I imagine that's really what it would take for someone to get back with her. We don't find out if she's gonna keep him, even though she just slept with him. All I know is I left that coffee shop pissed, and the old lady was still there. Probably still there. She probably died of a coughing fit overnight. I'll go back the next day, find her dead, rotted carcass, and you know what? I'll stay. I'll stick around. I'll even order a drink on her behalf. And I feel like that would be a way for me to remember Al Bundy better. This is my gift to him. I think that's fair. I think that's all's fair. And that's the episode. Episode 7. Last week it was 6. This week 7. 6, 7. Sorry. Oh my God, I hate my life. If you too are suffering from brain rot and don't want to feel alone, please, again, think of subbing to the show Adam Does Movies. I'm Adam. I do the movies. I also do All's Fair and other TV series. You can find me on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. All right, that's all I have for you. Hopefully I see you next time. Take care. Hey, thanks for watching the video and sticking around to the end. If you enjoy what I do here, maybe think of becoming a patron at patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. It would be a perfect time to join too, because I'm having a 30% off Cyber Monday through wherever I decide to take it. Join right now and you get that awesome benefit like these folks over here. And again, if you strike while the iron's hot, the discount will be applied. All right, hopefully I see you next time. Take care.